The Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry runs deep. But after Caitlin Clark captured WNBA Rookie of the Year this past season, many people started to claim that perhaps this isn't a rivalry at all, and maybe Angel Reese is just overrated. Well, in this video, you and I are going to decide whether or not that is the case by looking at some of her worst plays to see if she really is a lost cause or if there's potential here that can be tapped into in order to perhaps make her the best big in the league. Now, with that being said, let's dive in.
Angel Reese has had a fairly impressive rookie season, but there's still a lot of room for improvement in her game, especially in her ability to finish around the basket. Fans are seriously questioning her basketball fundamentals as she has an atrocious ability to finish around the basket with efficiency. She is shooting a horrific 40.2% from the field, and is even shooting below 50% on shots less than 5 feet from the basket, and is...
Now that is just unacceptable. 40% from the floor? 40% from the floor. I hope those aren't updated numbers. I hope those numbers got better over the course of the year. But 40%? Look, as a big man, big woman, if you're playing the 4 or the 5, you have to shoot at least 50% from the floor. At least 50%, if not 53, 55, 57, 58. Elite bigs in the NBA, they're shooting 58 to 65%. If you're a DeAndre Jordan, you're shooting 72%. Talking about prime DeAndre Jordan for the Clippers. Lob City, if you know, you know. Not like there's some secret or anything, but alas, 40% is terrible. 50%, less than 50% from inside 5 feet is atrocious. You have to shoot better than that. If she was a guard, nobody would care. But since she's huge, since she's 6'7", it's a big deal. Not good numbers there.
Shooting a terrible 13% on shots 5 to 9 feet from the basket.
And now that's unacceptable too, because if you're a role man, if you're a role woman, if you're playing the 4 or 5 and you're setting screens and you're rolling to the basket, think about Nikola Jokic. He's not always getting layups. He's not always getting baby hooks. A lot of the time he's rolling to the basket and he's doing that little knee up floater from 5 to 9 feet. He converts that every single time. Now, of course, Jokic is an exception, right? Because he seemingly is the perfect big man. But alas, you can't shoot 13%. That means if I run a pick and roll with you, if you shoot a floater from 5 to 9 feet, we're only going to convert 1 of 10? We're losing every game if that's the case.
Some of these layup attempts are really bad. And a lot of these layup attempts aren't even hitting the rim, and she's within 3 feet of the basket. And it's not something that has happened once. It has happened multiple times. 13 instances to be exact in this video alone. So let's get into it. In the first game of her career, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky took on the Dallas Wings, and everyone was anxious to see what Reese was capable of. But it didn't take long for Reese to show her lack of finishing ability.
Okay, before we look at the highlights, or rather the lowlights for this game, let's keep in mind this was her first game. The nerves are probably running high. Perhaps that's why she's missing these layups, at least in this part of the tape. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt here.
Look at this. A wide open look, and the shot didn't even touch the rim. Maybe the nerves were kicking in such an important game of her young career, but I don't think there are many professional basketball players capable of shooting so poor.
No. There are plenty of professional basketball players capable of shooting that shot. I saw Paul George do it last night, twice. I've seen at least 10 players shoot that poorly from around the rim in the NBA. More and more, the NBA and WNBA, their lowlights are becoming more and more similar. I don't think the players are getting more talented. I simply think players are able to get away with more. I think the floor is more open. And I think players have never been less disciplined with their shot selection. And I believe IQ has gone through the floor. That's why I love watching the Warriors. That's why I love watching some of JJ Redick's sets with the Lakers. Any bit of intelligent offense is so refreshing because I really do believe en masse basketball players are not getting smarter. I think they're actually getting less intelligent. Maybe they're getting smarter, quote unquote, but I define smart and intelligent as two different things. And I think the intelligence has gone through the floor.
In such a situation. But unfortunately, it was not the only low light in that game. In the fourth quarter, Angel catches the ball at the top of the key and attacks the rim, but it looks like she forgot to jump at the end.
Now here, that's a great rip through. Terrible defense, but a great rip through. You got right to the basket. I don't even mind the layup attempt. You just have to hit it because you can do same hand, same foot layups. That wasn't really necessary there. She just puts one more dribble down. She does a Euro into the lane. She finishes with her amazing left hand, the left hand that she never wants to switch from. That would have been perfectly acceptable. She could have even dribbled, pound, jump stop, and then got a finish. The layup she did was fine. You just have to convert. And now that's just unacceptable. Why are you throwing that ball up? This is something I believe comes down to coaching. I believe Angel Reese probably never got coached properly. She should have been told when she was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, before she even got close to this level of basketball, that look, we know you're more physically gifted. We know you're taller. We know you're bigger. You can play bully ball. You can get your rebounds all you want. But you need to pick and choose when you're putting these shots up around the rim. That's a terrible decision. I believe that's a coaching issue that stems back a decade, more than likely.
Look at how she decides to finish the play. A brick layup and then catches her own rebound and hits the bottom of the rim. Angel has been missing layups like this all season long, and it's the main reason why her field goal percentage is as low as it is, despite playing close to the rim. Another example, this time against the Las Vegas Aces. The Sky do a good job on defense and get out in transition. Kennedy Carter does a good job also finding Reese, but she misses a wide open layup again.
And you can see the look on Carter's face. She's like, really? Come on. I push it. You run. You're supposed to finish this. We're playing the Aces. We can't afford to miss wide open layups when you're down 5 versus the Aces. The Aces aren't going to give you that many opportunities. You have to make that. As a point guard, as a lead guard, you're going to be super frustrated playing with a big that cannot finish easy buckets, because now you're thinking to yourself, at least I would be thinking to myself as a guard, if I'm passing to a big man that can't finish, now I have to go take tougher shots, because I believe in my head that me taking a contested 2 or a contested 3, hezzy pull up in someone's mouth, whatever the case may be, is now a more efficient shot than passing it to my big man because my big man's going to brick. And that starts you down this spiral where your team can easily lose control. You can lose control of the locker room. People can start fighting. The record can get out of control. You can become a very, very bad team very, very quickly just because of stuff like that. Because your big man isn't finishing, your big woman isn't finishing, and your lead guard then says, well, I'm not going to feed her the ball anymore. I'm going to take tough shots. And now the other players on the perimeter are like, why aren't you passing? Starts this snowball effect that you can't control.
And Reese picking up that pass. Kennedy Carter feeds Angel Reese. Can't finish.
I know there are tens of thousands of women who don't play pro basketball who would have made that layup. Or this play also from the game against the Wings, where Reese does something completely inexplicable.
Give me the rock, because this is high time.
Enrique's got 18. Off the glass, no.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. This is anxiety. This is anxiousness. Great job boxing out. Completely bodies her defender down here, getting the board. She does that regularly. But whenever you get this, you don't have to be so anxious to put it up. Don't be so anxious. Grab this board. Calm down. Don't just throw it up. Pound dribble. Spin right with a baby hook. There, pass it out. You have 2 players. Pass it out, please.
So bad that fans are accusing her of missing on purpose. No, I'm not exaggerating. Angel Reese broke the record for the most consecutive double-doubles in WNBA history, but fans believe she's grabbing her own rebounds on purpose to stat pad. And I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I mean, some of these layup attempts are just horrible. Take this example, which is even...
By the way, Cardoso's better. Just want to throw that in. I'll probably react to her highlights too, but I love Cardoso. I think she's a much better player. Right now, at least. Maybe not in the future, but right now.
more ridiculous, where Angel misses up to 3 shots in a matter of seconds against the Washington Mystics.
Now, this is fine. This is fine. Good baby hook. Miss? Okay, gather your board. Way to spin through 2 defenders. You got to finish that. Right there. Why put that back up? You have too much defense on you. That's the other issue. This is a coaching issue. This should have been coached out of her years ago. You can't just throw the ball up because it's a sunk cost fallacy. Oh, I missed twice. I can make it the 3rd time. I can make it the 4th time. I can make it the 40th or the 400th or the 4,000th time. No. I understand the sunk cost fallacy is deeply entrenched within our brains. But you can't just throw anything up because you're down there. Finish that. Pass it out. There. 2 players. Pass it out.
That's her problem. In a game against the stacked New York Liberty, Reese was being defended by none other than the 2023 MVP, Breanna Stewart. And well, she decided that the best option was to attack her off the dribble. Stewart plays good defense, but Angel throws up a horrific layup.
And right here, whenever you cut through the defense there, I don't mind the move. Just whenever Breanna Stewart shuffles and puts up a brick wall in front of you, you don't just throw the ball up. You don't just throw the ball up. Fine move. Okay. But you got shut down. Now pass it out and run another set.
It's just happening way too often.
I don't like the move that much because there's a double. And it's funny because her teammate even knew she was going to do that. She was wide open to the 3-point line. She even knew she was going to do that. And look at this play. What are we doing here? The move is good. Going baseline was good there. Going baseline was fine here. The problem was not going baseline. The problem was right here. She needs to put another dribble down, back her ass up into her, move her out of the way, and then she creates the proper angle to go off glass. But instead, she throws this up. She has to contort her body backwards. She already doesn't have the touch to finish easy shots. That's a difficult shot. It's not going to go in. Right here, why go for the left-handed layup? Why go for the left-handed layup? The baby hook would have been easier. And then right here, don't throw that. Oh, don't throw that up. No.
Got Allen on the move. On the kick to Reese. She comes middle. Does not go. Fighting for the rebounds.
Her 4 teammates have their arms up in the air.
Kick out to 15. Kick out to 15. Mid-range jumper right there. 3-pointer right there. She's not really that open, but she's still open. You can reset. Right there. Open. Not really, but still, you had at least 2 teammates wide open, 1 semi-open. And then right here. Oh, no. Don't tell me she's going to try and finish this in the air. She already can't finish off of 2 feet. Don't tell me she's going to finish this in the air.
Rebound. It is wide open under the rim. She decides to try and finish in the air rather than taking her time to fall to the floor and finish the layup with ease. I mean, the defenders are watching instead of trying to do something because they think the basket is inevitable.
10 turnovers for the Sky here tonight. Elizabeth Williams, Angel Reese.
Oh no, pass that out. Why would they think the shot is inevitable? Have the Storm not been watching her highlights or her lowlights? Why would they think it's inevitable? They should know that statistically that shot is not going in. Oh, this should be good. Great positioning. Great positioning. Defender doesn't stand a chance. Throw the ball up high. That's an easy run to the rim. Easy. This can't be a miss. There's no way this is a miss.
Left her alone again. And she doesn't only miss the wide open layup, but bricks it.
And it's a complete air ball off the glass. How does that work? I know Caitlin Clark's scary. Oh my gosh. Wow, they were 1-8. Jeez, terrible record. Way to come back after Caitlin Clark started heating up and the team started gelling together. Wowee. I know she's scary coming in from the weak side, but you can't throw that off glass and hit nothing. That is bad.
Then she managed to catch her own rebound, pivot multiple times, and then throw up a prayer that will never go in.
Alive in the second half. Indiana's loss the other day to Seattle.
Like right here, whenever Caitlin Clark comes flying in, great defense. But look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Why go up immediately? I know you have 2 defenders on you. Why go up immediately? Because you're anxious, because you want to prove something, because you want to boost up your own statistics, because you haven't been coached properly in the past. Right here, if you just land on 2 feet, pump fake, then maybe you can finish, or you can kick out to her, or you can kick to the cutter that's going to cut right behind you and get an open layup. Settle down, and maybe you'll make the right play. Instead, you just do this.
But it doesn't end there. The compilation of missed layups by Angel can last for hours. Again, in that game against the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, Reese had another catastrophic miss. And this one might be the worst in the video. She does the right thing by running right...
It can't get worse. I don't know how these misses can get worse.
...to the opposing block and receives a pass where she receives the...
Great run out, too. Lazy defense. Aaliyah Boston, get back. Whoever is guarding Angel Reese, get back, please. Somebody drop down and guard her. Terrible defense. This is a great find. And no inside hand.
Completely whiffed it.
For Clark, you're more used to being on the floor is probably what she said. Reese kicking it.
The 2 most concerning parts about Angel is that she's showing an inability that even middle school basketball players have. She cannot finish with both hands, and she simply has 0 touch around the basket. Finally, in this game against the Sparks, this layup took the prize for the worst missed layup I have ever seen.
Why do they let women play with nails? I feel like that is a terrible idea. Why do they let female basketball players play with nails? That's an awful idea. That's a lawsuit. That's a terrible liability for your business. I don't know how that is possible. Why? I know expression's important, and I have no problem with it. I mean, it's just nails, but whenever you're playing a game that's hand-to-hand, that just seems like a terrible idea.
After a spectacular off-ball screen, the defenders don't switch, and Angel...
And look at this great offensive play that's about to unveil. Look at this. The Sparks coach got fired this year. Why? This is a great set. Screen, she's going to be confused. She's going to roll through. She's going to have a wide-open right-handed layup and...
completely wide-open layup attempt underneath the basket, only to miss the easiest shot of the whole season.
No, Angel Reese might have got her coach fired because that's a great play. Look at this. This is a great offensive scheme. This is great. If you just ran this time and time again and you finished them, you'd win some more games.
Angel's contribution to the Chicago Sky is important. In fact, she's above average in almost every advanced stat line. Her net rating is plus 7 points per 100 possessions. Her PER is 19.3. Her win shares on both offense and defense
shows the most egregious double dribble of all time. I remember whenever that was a highlight on ESPN. Not good.
defense look good, but for some reason, she is not nearly as efficient as she could be. Now, Reese is a rookie, and she has her whole career ahead of her to improve her touch under the rim, but these missed layup attempts are areas of her game she needs to work on.
So essentially, based on statistics, Angel Reese is a very good player, an elite player, in terms of PER, win shares, etc. So that means Angel Reese is doing everything good except for finishing around the rim. That's a great sign, because if she can simply improve her touch and her IQ as a big, she could be the best big in the league. But if she doesn't do that, she is going to be a constant drain on this team. Not because she doesn't play defense well, not because she doesn't rebound, not because her win shares aren't good or her PER. No, because you could get somebody who could do that. And or you could just give the ball to Cardoso more, who can do that. So basically, it's up to Angel at this point. She's never going to be worse than this. Her floor is pretty high as a player, but she's never going to be a superstar, and she's never really going to be in a rivalry with Caitlin Clark or any other player that comes into the league like Paige, like Juju, like any of these new stars that are going to come in. She's never going to be in that tier of player if she can't finish easy shots. But if she can, she will be, and she might even be better than them based on advanced statistics. But let me know what you think. What do you think about Angel Reese? Do you think she can legitimately be a superstar in the WNBA? Do you think she's overrated? Do you think she's peaked out? Let me know in the comments. And with that being said, if you gained value out of this, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Much love, peace. This is the New Da Vinci. Have a blessed evening or day, wherever you are at.